Hi guys, it's Tammy. Welcome to my channel. I am officially in my rose era, so stay tuned if you want to see which rose perfumes I am loving. So I am officially in my rose era. I used to dislike rose and now I love it and I have become obsessed. I adore it. I want rose around me. I want rose layered with every scent. I am just a rose-aholic right now. And when I first got into perfumes, I honestly did not like rose. I did find it old grandma. You'd think I was a scent bird reviewer. Rose smelled to me just like the rose-shaped soaps. It just smelled like rose-scented baby powder. It just smelled like green, earthy. It wasn't my thing. But something happened and I don't know, I have not been able to pinpoint exactly what point in my fragrance journey I began loving rose, but when I did, I started like falling head over heels, like tumbling down a hill. Just kind of gained momentum as I went, and then by the time I get to the bottom of the hill, I'm dizzy and I'm just intoxicated and infatuated with rose scents. I love it so much that it makes me emotional. And I know that rose is connected to the heart chakra. And I know that rose essential oil is used to like kind of help with your heart and emotions. Like rose is connected to the heart. I can feel it. When I'm wearing a rose perfume, I sometimes get that, you just want to squeak. You just like, so the one that has been on my wish list for the longest and that I now have and I got for Christmas from my husband is Thameen Peregrina. And you guys, this is a gorgeous like caramel, vanilla, rose. I know you all know about it because this is talked about all over the internet and I know that most people already know what it smells like. This came with the lotion as well and the lotion is gorgeous. The scent is really super strong. The scent is identical to the perfume, identical. It's just so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh. I am not going to go too into depth with all the notes and everything. Look at that. You definitely get the greenness of the rose in the opening, but as this settles on your skin, it just becomes such a gorgeous, sweet rose, caramel, ambery scent. And look, I mean, this is probably the most luxurious perfume I own, period. I'm just really super happy to have this. I love it. So these little guys are some of my favorites, the Ricci Rose range. And I believe the original was Extase. And this is like the raspberry caramel rose. And then we have Extase Rose Absolute. And this is the one that is said to smell like Oud Satin Mood. It doesn't smell like it exactly, but it's definitely like a rich, woody, a little bit green rose. And then we have Rose Extase, and this one is a very sweet, fruity rose. And it has a little bit of that plastic doll head quality to me. I really like this. It's really pretty. Oh, let me go grab my... Oh, I'll be right back. So I also have the lotion that goes with this. I wore this by itself after my shower yesterday morning. I came downstairs and my husband was like, you smell really pretty. And he mentioned it 2 or 3 times and he even said that really projects really well. He hadn't even seen the bottle and he said, it smells pink, is what he said. So it is a pretty pink rose with kind of a berry plastic doll scent sort of, but it's really cute. It's really pretty. It's really girly. Extase is really gorgeous too. You hear Maria Colette talk about this a lot. This is one of her favorites, and I can see why. It is super gorgeous. I also have Zara Rose Gourmand. This is your sexy, jammy rose. This is so pretty. It's a lot like Rose's Vanille by Mancera. Of course, I have a sample of that, and I've compared it, and they are quite similar. And it's kind of similar to the Peregrina scent profile. They're sort of like in the same family. Next is Michael Kors Starlight Shimmer, and this is discontinued and everything, but I just wanted to show you that I have it. Oh my word, there's something really good in this, but what is that? Oh my word. What is that? Oh, there's something so good in this. I think it's amber. It must be amber. It's so deep and sweet and gorgeous. The only thing is in the dry down, this goes a little bit smoky on my skin. I can't handle any smoke whatsoever, but still, it's beautiful. This is one of the, like, this is super beautiful. I'm still not to the point where I feel comfortable like wearing rose perfumes out a lot because I feel like it's not a scent that a lot of people really love. my husband tends to tell me that I smell like beer whenever I wear rose scent. And I'm going to also link an article below about how certain roses can smell like beer. I mentioned that in my 50th birthday haul video, and I linked the article there, and I'm going to try to link that here as well. So the other day I wore L'Extase Rose Absolute. I went downstairs. My husband said, I smell beer. I'm like, yeah, it's rose, hon. It's rose. He said, you might as well have soaked yourself in beer. I'm like, well, that makes me feel so good. Thank you. Now you see why I don't feel necessarily comfortable wearing rose scents out in public, but when I'm home, I become a rose. I soak myself with rose perfumes. I'm so obsessed. Now, there's not much better than Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Still haven't got my full bottle because look, I still have like just a little under half of my bottle left. Oh my God. This is the sexiest. Oh, this, well, just a minute. Let me compare. Oh my word. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to cut out all these moans and groans because I tend to love really jammy, sexy, sweet, oudy roses. That's the type that I really love. But I also love powdery, soapy roses. Now, speaking of that, my favorite powdery, soapy rose is Tom Ford Rose Prick. When I remember when I first smelled it, like my heart is already jumping a little bit just smelling this. I remember when I first smelled this and I thought, well, kind of smells like those rose-shaped soaps. Like, it's kind of what it smells like. There's something so beautiful about this. I have compared this one to Atomic Rose probably 3, 4, 5 times over the past year or so. And every time I prefer Rose Prick. Every time Atomic Rose leans greener and ends up smoky deep in the dry down. I do not like smoky scents. If you do, then you might prefer Atomic Rose. And this one always stays very lightly and prettily sweet and powdery. It's so pretty. Oh my God. You guys, in my advent calendar, I'm just jumping around like a pinball. I don't have any order written down. I don't know what I'm doing. I just have all my rose perfumes surrounding me and I'm just grabbing them willy-nilly. I got this perfume in my advent calendar. Now, I opened up the drawer and I had Le Labo Rose 31. I freaked out. That video is in my shorts. Now, my advent calendar videos, I actually have them unlisted. You can still get to them through the links in my videos that I've talked about them in. I have it unlisted because there was just so many and none of them did well at all. So I just left 2 or 3 on there that were perfume related because the advent calendar wasn't full of only perfumes. It was mostly skincare. But anyway, you can still access those videos through the links. Now, this is greener than I'm used to and a little spicier. There's something in here like, is it cumin? That they're in here or something, there's a spice. But because I am just starting to embrace rose, this struck me just right. And I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. I love it. And it's a great, like it's an oil. It's actually a balm. It looks like an oil, but when you rub it in, it's almost becomes like a lotion. Check out that YouTube short of me opening this and see my reaction. It's worth it. I'll link it up here and check it out because I went a little crazy over it. I think Jardins to Misfah is worth a mention too, because even though this has dates and saffron and maybe nutmeg, I can't remember everything that's in it right now, but rose in this, the note of rose, especially like not necessarily smelling it right now, I'm getting a lot of the dates, but when I'm wearing it, the rose comes out and I always layer this with a rose scent. I have layered this with almost every single rose scent here. Most often I think I layer it with the L'Extase Rose Absolute. But any rose works with it amazingly. So I just wanted to mention this because I consider it part of my little rose family. I love it. Now looking back on the Tammy, who didn't like rose, you would never believe that she loves Fenty. Now, I've been wearing this to bed a few nights and this is one of the ones that sparks so much love in my heart that I feel like it's going to burst. Like I'm like, how is it perfume making me feel emotional? This has blueberry and maybe clementine. It has rose, of course, And I don't even know what's in it. I'm not going to go into depth on these, but this is it's definitely a fruity rose, but it has that woody sexiness. You know, I was thinking, like, when I run out of my little travels of Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper and Fenty, a couple of my very favorites, which one would I repurchase first? Obviously, I've always thought it would be Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, but the last 2 nights when I wore Fenty to bed, and I was just like, felt so connected to this perfume. And I mean, it's one that I can understand how you could hate it. I understand totally how you could hate it, but I adore it. Adore. Like, now what else haven't I talked about? Oh, so I have both Delinas, decants of both from Scentbird. I have a Scentbird subscription. This is Delina Exclusive, I believe. Yep, this is Delina Exclusive, and this is Delina. I really enjoy both of these. I don't feel like these are near the top of my favorite roses, though. They're kind of down the list a little ways, but I still really like them. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. And which one do I like better? It just depends on what mood I'm in. I'm not, you want to believe, I'm not talking about Delina and Delina Exclusive. You know everything about them, but I'm just saying I have them. Now, in one of my tray videos, it was probably my fall tray recap where I was switching to winter. I think I talked about the Oudgasm, the Kayali Oudgasm Rose Oud, and that I thought about decluttering it because it becomes so smoky later on my skin. But I don't think I can declutter it. How can I? It opens up like, oh my word. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It opens up, hey. This might be a good substitute for this. Now, I haven't tested these out and compared them yet, but I'm just thinking, like, because this one does have that bit of smokiness too. Yeah, maybe that would be, so if you were listening to me talk about Starlight Shimmer and you're like, well, it's discontinued. Well, what about Rose Oud? Like, they do have a little bit of similarity. Okay, so that's cool. Oh, and I also have a little, actually there's not much left. I have Fashionably London. My son had bought me the entire like Vibrant Cities collection from Zara, the Discovery set. This is said to smell like Delina. And I mean, yeah, it does. It's in the same family at least. I don't want to forget any. So my sweet friend Frances from Happiness Sparkles sent me a decant of Elizabethan Rose. And when I first received it from her, I was just getting into rose, and that's one of the reasons she sent it to me, because I was just starting to love rose. And I remember like thinking, I'm not sure if this is the rose for me. And now I thought, wouldn't it be fun to smell it again now that I'm even more into rose and see what my take is on it now. I like it better than I did when I originally smelled it. I still don't think it's very different. I don't even know what to explain it as. There's a greenness that's almost like a medicinal type of greenness. I think this would be good to try on the skin because I think that would be... There are just a few samples that I know I hated and I want to retest them now and just see if I like them now. Okay, Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose. This one I remember really disliking, and I haven't smelled it in probably a couple years, 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 years. Okay. I can't even smell it on the paper. Let me just go skin. Ooh. Oh, it's got a Tootsie Roll smell to it. Oh my. Oh my word, this smells like a Tootsie Roll. Not in a bad way. This is way different than I remember. Okay, so I am definitely going to give Elizabeth and James Rose a full wear test, and maybe I could add that to my little Nirvana collection because I do have bourbon and amethyst and black. And I remember really hating white. Maybe I should give that another try too. Anyways, Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose. Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, it's like a chocolatey Tootsie Roll rose. Okay, this is worth a try. So I'm pretty excited that my opinion has changed on that one. Super nervous to try the Stella McCartney Stella perfume. My notes on the Stella McCartney perfume the first time I tried it were as follows. In the opening, bologna. Whoa, the wax on the bologna. And then green and rose only. Kind of actually a little bit nervous about this. It does smell like the wax on the bologna. Okay, but it's getting a lot prettier. Maybe that was just like the very, very opening. It still does have that smoked meat sort of smell to it. Let me just test Seven Virtues Rose Amber. I've never found anything yet by Seven Virtues that I love. I actually want to try that new one. What is it? Amber Vanilla? Or Amber Vanille or something like that. They have a new one I really want to try because I haven't found anything by the Seven Virtues that I like yet. They're just not a brand that meshes well with my skin chemistry, maybe. Now this is Rose Amber. And what I had written about this, the first time I tested it, was, I don't like rose, so this is a no. Oh, wasn't I cute? I didn't like rose. Little did I know. Second time, okay, I guess I did test it a second time. Not my type of rose at all, getting lots of earthiness and herbal notes, lavender, patchouli, vetiver. With the rose is just a bad combo. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's the rose in here that I don't like. I think it is all the earthiness. Yeah, it does have a smell of like lavender, herbalness, patchouli. I'm not, like, I do like some patchoulis, but I just don't. No. So I still hate Rose Amber. So I had this little sample set from Penrose. There are Merrymaker, Little Dipper, Wild Child, Tambourine Dreamer, Pillow Talk Poet, you might have heard of that one. Sun Saint, you've probably heard of that. Secret Genius, Gilded Fox, you might have heard of those. But they have one called Penrose. And let me just tell you. So my original notes on Penrose by Penrose were horrifying, nothing but rose, but a really bad rose. Musty, disgusting, never wear this again. Just a spoiler alert, I tried this on last night on the back of my hand, and I still hated it. It's a pretty bad perfume, in my opinion. Sorry, if you like it, then it's probably great for you. Oh, no. So in this one, even I can smell that it smells like old, musty, stale beer. I put it on the back of my hand last night. I got my husband to smell it. I said, what does this smell like to you? He said, beer. He said, but there's other alcohol mixed with it. I got my son. My son is home for the week from university. I asked him to smell it. He said, oh, it smells like after a party when you're dumping out all the old beer bottles and all like the liquid in the bottom of all the alcohol bottles. Definitely haven't changed my opinion on Penrose by Penrose. Horrible. I almost forgot to mention Rose by Ellis Brooklyn. Rose. Oh my gosh, this is such a pretty rose. And I talked all about it in my underrated perfumes video. I will link that for you. This is a refreshing, fruity, sweet, uplifting rose. It is so gorgeous, but I don't want to go on and on about it, where I had just talked about it quite a bit in that video. But oh my gosh, has a little bit of a sweet watermelon feel to me. I kind of want to compare this to Idole, because this does kind of give me Idole vibes, although this is more often compared to Chloe, but I don't really enjoy Chloe, but I love Rose. Rose. Actually, let me just compare this to Idole real quick. Oh, truly beautiful. Truly so pretty. Absolutely love it. Okay, so this is Idole. Okay, it's different. This is more candy sweetness, whereas Rose, is more of a realistic fruit. So Idole is more of a candy, penny candy fruit. Right now, that's what I'm getting. And Rose is more of a realistic fruit with the rose. I just feel like I'm experimenting right now. I just remembered that I have a little Rag and Bone sample kit, and this one has one called Rose. I just want to test that. I'm just like in a testing mood. Oh, this reminds me of the Stella. Like it's got that bologna smell to it. What do you guys think that the bologna is that I'm picking up? I'd be interested to see if Stella and Rose by Rag & Bone have any of the same notes, because I'm getting a little bit of similarity there. I almost forgot about Gris Dior. These were my original notes on Gris Dior, and I know everybody loves Gris Dior, so cover your ears or skip ahead 20 seconds. Gris Dior smells like liniment if it came as a powder. Then strong rose baby powder, horrible, worst old grandma scent. Sorry. I probably like it better now though, don't you think? When I say liniment, you know that I mean muscle rub, right? It could be something like Ben Gay, Tiger Balm, A535, Absorbing Junior, any of the muscle rubs, like that very strong wintergreen scent. All right, here we go, Gris Dior. Okay, it's quite pretty. It does have the Ben Gay undertone. To me, it's just almost more of a wintergreen, blue tansy, like that minty muscle rub smell. It is pretty. I can see how it's pretty, but every time that I've tried it, I haven't loved it, but I do like it better. Are you proud of me? You guys, this is one of my favorite little discovery sets that I've ever gotten. Erin. I actually love that brand. I don't have anything by them, but there's something about it I'm drawn to. For this, I don't know why. They're so expensive, so I probably wouldn't even have anything by them. But there is one called Evening Rose that I kind of have been drawn to and tried a few times. The first time I tested it, I said just rose at first, turned into a sexy, boozy, ambery rose fairly quickly. Nice. The second time I tested it, I said sour, woody rose opening, a bit smoky. So I think, I feel like I kind of liked it. Let me give her a try. Does this have anything on it? Yep, that was Gris Dior. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So Erin Evening Rose. Oh, I love it. Yes. Okay, love. Oh, this is giving me vibes of, this is giving me a little bit of vibes, but maybe without the smokiness. This is giving me vibes of Starlight, Shimmer, and Rose Oud. It's in that family, like kind of a rich, chocolatey, sexy, not jammy, but chocolatey. It's chocolatey in a jammy way. Does that make sense? Okay, Erin Evening Rose. Like, I feel like this is kind of on my wish list, low key. I mean, would I spend Erin prices? Who knows? I'd never say never. Kidding? I never say never. I always say you never know. You never know. That's what I say. What else? I mean, I'm here. Let me just test Neon Rose by Floral Street. Like, some of these I have tried so long ago that I don't even have a clue what they smelled like. What the heck is that? Oh my God, what is that? It smells like static. It smells like TV static. And vegetables. This is weird. I have to try that on skin. I don't think that's gonna work on paper. Oh, I know what I wanted to try. Okay, so do you guys know the brand Lise? They have, you probably know. They have Beau, They have that woody one that everyone loves. I don't like it, but it's called Beau. Very much too smoky for me. They have Studied and Floating. Well, anyway, they have one called Rose Struck. And I can't remember what I thought of it. Did I even make notes on that one? I don't think I did. So this is Rose Struck. Oh. Okay. That's pretty. Oh my word, that is like, I feel like this has a little bit of neroli or something in it. It's got a little bit of that laundry freshness. But with rose, this is pretty. This is really fresh laundry, a little bit citrusy. Ooh, this is worth trying out. Rose Struck. Let me do a top 3 like Abby does. I'm gonna do Fenty, number 3. Beautiful. Pulls up my heartstrings. Love Fenty. Number 2, I'm going to give it to Thameen Peregrina. I mean, it's a love. But number 1, Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I feel like this would be at the top of almost any list I do. Look at the color of the juice. Oh my God. Everything about this is so sexy. It's so rosy. It's so jammy. It's so good. I love Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. That would be my number 1. So I think that's going to do it today for my rose video. Are you guys in your rose era too? I'm thinking maybe if you clicked on this video, you might be. Let's talk about it below. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye. To me, it was too green, too earthy. It was too peppery sometimes. It was too soapy. It was too powdery. I don't even know. I'm just crazy. I'm crazy about rose.